Hallo alle zusammen and welcome to the second episode of Adjective Endungen. Let's do a quick recap of what we already know. Adjective Endungen, adjective endings. So when do we apply ending to an adjective? Whenever it comes before a noun. If it is at the end of the sentence and there is no noun after it, you do not have to apply any ending to it. So we have categorized into three: when we have definite article, when we have indefinite article table, and when we do not have any article at all. So how my adjectives behave? So we discussed the adjective endings when we have definite article, bestimmte article, wherein we have weak adjective endings. So either you apply e or en at the end of an adjective. The trick is for all the plurals and for all the adjectives which are in dative, adjective ending will take en. And in accusative case, adjective ending rhymes with the definite article. And for the remaining adjectives, we have only e as an ending. So in order to pick a correct adjective ending, we follow a certain steps. Firstly, we see what table to refer, what case is it, and what is the gender, and if it is singular or plural. So in today's episode, we are going to discuss adjective endings when we have unbestimmte article. We'll see if the adjective endings are weak or strong here. So without further ado, let's discuss the table. Before writing the adjectives, I'll make indefinite article table for all the cases: nominative, accusative, and dative. So we have ein, eine. In accusative case, only masculine gender changes. Ein to einen, rest all will be same. And in dative case, ein change to einem, even this ein change to einem. Eine changes to eine, and here we have nothing. We cannot say apples, mangoes, so for plural we do not have indefinite article. Now this time we'll take a new adjective. Let's take schön. You must be thinking, if we do not have any indefinite article, then why are we having adjectives here? Now the answer to this I'll tell you a little later. For now, our task is to apply an ending to these adjectives. Now when we discussed bestimmte article table, we saw for all the adjectives in plural and in dative, adjective ending was en. So here also it will be en. Easy, right? Easy to remember. Now for the remaining adjectives, you should have a definite article table in your mind. So what do we have here for definite article? We have der, right? So what we'll do is, we'll remove this d and we'll take er as an ending, and that we will attach to the adjective. Or let me do one thing, let me write the table. So as you can see, we have der, so I'll remove this d and I'll write er with the adjective. So it becomes ein schöne. Now here for neutral we have das. Now if I write here a and s by removing d, pronunciation is a bit weird, schönas. Now instead of having a, what we'll do is we'll replace it with e. So it becomes ein schönes, and it is easier to pronounce, ein schönes. So you should remember one thing, adjective endings, they always start with the letter e. Now for feminine we have d, right? This time we'll take just e from d. So it will be schöne. In accusative case, once again, adjective ending has to rhyme with the article. So here we have den, so I'll remove d, I'll write en. Either you learn it this way or einen rhymes with schönen. Rest all will be as it is, same. Here we have das T, so it will be schönes and schöne. So how did I apply ending to these adjectives? How did I apply the ending? By having definite article table in my mind. And for the remaining adjectives, adjective ending will be en, which we also discussed in bestimmte article table. When we discussed bestimmte article table, I said adjective endings are weak, but here they are strong. Now adjective and the article, like I mentioned in the previous video, that they work as a team together to identify the case, gender or number. Now here we have ein for masculine. For neutral also it is ein. Now how will I differentiate? How will I know the gender that it is masculine and it's neutral? So this is where adjective ending comes into picture. Just by looking at er, I can guess, okay, the noun is masculine. And just by taking a look at es, I can tell the noun has gender neutral. So basically, German is forcing the adjective to help us. Now I'll give you a few sentences and you just have to fill in the blanks. So decide what adjective, which ending you will pick, and we'll discuss this in 5 seconds. So we'll follow those 3 steps, what table to refer. I can see ein, so that means I have to refer this table. Now comes the case. Case will be nominative because it's not a complete sentence, it is just a beautiful man. So case will be nominative. And what is the gender? Man is masculine. So what do we have written in nominative case and masculine? It is schöne. So we'll say ein schöner Mann. Next we have ich sehe einen lüblichen Mann. Now sehen is being conjugated according to ich. This is the subject. Subject is in nominative case. So that Mann part is actually direct object, which will take accusative case, which we can clearly see by seeing einen. So what do we have written in accusative and masculine? It is schönen. So einen schönen Mann. Or adjective ending has to rhyme with the article. So einen, adjective ending schönen. Next, without following the rules, without following the steps, I can clearly see that it is dative case and I can fill schönen here. Ich helfe einem schönen Mann. Dative case because of the verb helfen. Easy, right? But there is one problem here. The problem is, why have I written adjectives here when we do not have any indefinite article? So now I'll tell you when to refer this column. So we'll refer this column when we will have possessive article like mein, dein, sein, unser, or when we will have negative article, kein, keiner, keinem, etc. We have to refer first of all the entire thing for negative and possessive article. Because how do you create these tables? Negative article you create just by adding the letter K. For example, kein. So kein, and then kein, and then keiner, and here we have keiner. And that I can also do with accusative and dative case just by writing the letter K, and I'm done with the negative article table. For possessive article, let's take mine as an example. So there is letter M attached with ein. So it becomes mine, and here it becomes mine, here also meine, and we also have it here which is minor. Because what if I want to say my books, then I say meine Bücher. Now if I include an adjective in between, let's say my old books or my new books, now for that adjective we need this ending. So if I want to say my old books, it will be meine alten Bücher. If I want to say my beautiful car, then I say mein schönes Auto. If I want to say my beautiful cars, then I say meine schönen Autos. If I want to say no beautiful cars, then it will be keine schönen Autos. So it's okay, I've written unbestimmte Artikel. So whenever you see the words ein, einem, you have to refer this table. But there's one catch, which is if there is negative article or possessive article, then also you have to refer the same table. You cannot use bestimmte Artikel with mine. Let's take a look at one practice exercise, then it will be crystal clear. So try solving this practice exercise. Now here we will not only have indefinite article, we also have possessive article and negative article. For original article you can use dictionary, and let's discuss this in 5 seconds. I'll quickly note down the definite article. Nummer 1. Ich habe einen lüchen Hund. Adjective we have klein. So I have a small dog. What table to refer? This time we have to refer unbestimmte Artikel table because we have indefinite article. What is the case? Haben is being conjugated according to ich. Ich is in nominative. This is the subject. So that means a dog part is direct object. This Hund part is direct object. And direct object takes accusative case. Hence we have here einen. So our adjective ending for masculine accusative case, it will be en. Einen kleinen Hund. Nummer 2. Sie kauft eine lüche Jacke für den Winter. We have warm. So she is buying a warm jacket for the winter. So once again, indefinite article table, case will be accusative and gender of the noun is feminine. So if you take a look at the table, answer will be E. Sie kauft eine warme Jacke für den Winter. Nummer 3. Mein lücher Bruder studiert in Berlin. And we have jung. So my young brother studies in Berlin. Clearly this is nominative case because this is the subject. My brother is the subject. So adjective ending will be er. Mein junger Bruder studiert in Berlin. Nummer 4. Wir helfen. Now do not read it further. Helfen is dative. That means adjective ending will be en. So wir helfen unsere alten Nachbarin. We are helping our old neighbor. So for dative case adjective ending en, for plural adjective ending en, and for accusative case masculine adjective ending en. For rest of the adjective, you should have a definite article table in your mind. This is what we discussed on the previous page. Nummer 5. Hast du ein lüche Handy? Neu. Do you have a new mobile? So it will be ein neues. Accusative case and neutral noun because do is in nominative case, right? So do you have a new mobile? New mobile is the direct object. Nummer 6. Er fährt mit seinem. Clearly this is case of dative. Close your eyes, fill en to the adjective. Schnellen. Er fährt mit seinem schnellen Auto zur Arbeit. He drives with his fast car to the work. Here we have possessive article. So we have to refer the same table, the same unbestimmte article. Do not follow bestimmte article table with possessive pronoun or article or negative article. Nummer 7. Ich habe keine gute Idee, it will be. I do not have good idea. Once again, accusative case and feminine noun. Nummer 8. Sie sieht ihren. So, adjective ending has to rhyme with ihren. It will be strengen. Clearly, this is accusative case, masculine noun, adjective ending en. Sie sieht ihren strengen Lehrer im Supermarkt. She sees her strict teacher in the supermarket. So, during your initial days, you have to solve exercise by following the steps. Like, try to find the table, then the case, and then the gender of the noun. And while speaking, tricks like dative and plural will have adjective ending en. Accusative adjective has to rhyme with the article. So these tricks will help you during speaking. If you have any doubts, you can just let me know in the comment section. And let's solve one more practice exercise. But this time you will have definite article, indefinite article, possessive article, and negative article. And for your reference, I have given you the definite article table which we discussed in the last video, and our unbestimmte article, indefinite article table, which you can also use for your possessive article or negative article. Let's discuss this in 5 seconds. Okay, let me quickly write the definite article. This time I'll follow the steps. So what table to refer? With there I can see I have to follow my definite article table. Okay, what is the case? This verb erklären is being conjugated according to this part, which means this is the subject, and subject will take what case? Nominative case. And my noun, which is masculine. So what do we have for nominative masculine? Here we have kleiner, that means adjective ending e. So with neu, adjective ending e. Der neue Lehrer erklärt die Grammatik. The new teacher explains the grammar. Nummer 2. Ich habe einen Hund gesehen. In brackets groß. So I have seen a big dog. So we have to follow unbestimmte article table. We have masculine noun. What is the case? Einen is in accusative case. So our case will be accusative. So answer will be en. Großen. Nummer 3. Wir helfen der Lücke Frau im Supermarkt. We have alte. By the way, base form of adjective is alt, not alter. Anyway, we have to follow which table? By der, I have to follow bestimmte article table. My noun is feminine and my case is dative because of helfen. So adjective ending will be en. So der alten will be the answer. So we are helping the old woman. Nummer 4. Mein means we have to follow indefinite article table. Bruder is masculine. And this is nominative case because wohnen is being conjugated by this part. This is subject. So adjective ending will be er. So mein kleiner Bruder wohnt in Hamburg. So my younger brother, my little brother lives in Hamburg. Nummer 5. Sie kauft das leuke Kleid morgen. We have to fill rot, which means red. Definite article table, noun being neutral, case being accusative. So adjective ending e. Sie kauft das rote Kleid morgen. She's buying the she'll buy the red dress tomorrow. Nummer 6. Indefinite article table, feminine noun, case accusative. Answer will be E. Hast du eine gute Idee? Do you have a good idea? Nummer 7. I can close my eyes and feel schnellen. Why? Because we have dative case. If I were to follow steps, we have meinem, that means we have to refer unbestimmte article table. Neutral noun we have. Case is dative because of preposition mit. Nummer 8. So I'm driving with my fast car to the work. Nummer 8. Er kennt keinen Lückenarzt hier. Freundlich, friendly. So that means we have to say he doesn't know friendly doctor here. Indefinite article table refer that masculine noun, and keinen shows accusative case, but you should know the reason why accusative, because that is direct object. So I'll say freundlichen. Er kennt keinen freundlichen Arzt hier. And that's a wrap on Adjective Endungen part 2, where we discussed indefinite article table, but that table can also be used for negative and possessive article. Now in the next episode, we'll see how adjectives behave if we do not have any article at all. Bis zum nächsten Mal. Tschüss.
Like and subscribe.